Welcome to the Jesus Show. Not that one.
Hey, bienvenido al show. Si me escucharon en el Instagram, te dije que hice el show ayer. ¿Ayer? ¿Verdad? Sí. Hice el show ayer, pero tuve unas dificultades y no pude poner el show online para que ustedes lo escuchan o lo ven. Disculpe, estoy hablando español porque estoy tomando Victoria, la mejor cerveza de México. Dame un momento, espérate. Ahí, dame y boop. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had it on Spanish mode. What I said was, "Hey guys, welcome back to the show." Yesterday, I recorded the show. I recorded a whole show. Talked about everything. I got a little fiery, per usual. And then when it came to the editing portion of the show, the sound sounded, just the audio sounded like this, really high. I don't know what I did. I was gonna cut out the front because usually I give myself a countdown. Something that you guys don't normally hear. It just runs in from Cristiano's intro to the show, and then I just start. But when I did that, I hit like 3 buttons inadvertently, and then the sound was completely off. It didn't sound terrible, but it was noticeable. And for me, it was annoying because I could hear it. Then I kept trying to fix it. I couldn't fix it. Then I thought, okay, well, maybe if I turned it into an MP3, maybe it might change it. I don't know. I was trying everything. But then I got to the video portion of the show, and then the first part was fine, and then the second part wasn't there. So there was all kinds of problems that I was trying to fix yesterday, all day yesterday, and most of today. And then I was going to record earlier, but having a kid it doesn't mess things up, because messing it up implies that it's like something bad. But I wasn't able to record when I wanted to. He's asleep right now, and we did bath time. I love doing bath time with him. I like making sure that I'm around before he goes to sleep. So I figured I'd do that. I'd spend time, all the time I can, with him, and then I would record. And then it was like I was in a weird headspace because I went to the doctor, and they gave me some news. I mean, it's not terrible news, but I'll get into it. Why don't we start the show? Guys, remember, follow me on Instagram at the Jesus Show NTO. Follow me on Twitter at Jesus Show NTO. You can follow me on Facebook at the Jesus Show, not that one. TikTok, you can find me at the Jesus Show, not that one. YouTube, type in the Jesus Show, not that one, or the Jesus Show NTO. And you can email me your questions, comments, and concerns, thejesusshownto@gmail.com. All right, let's get into it. Okay, a couple weeks ago? Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was last week. I don't remember. Whenever I told you guys that I was hurt. I got hurt on the job. My left side of my neck, right here, I guess it's my trap, my shoulder have been hurting because of it, and my lower left back have all been bothering me, hurting me. When I sleep at night, it sucks. I get twitchy and this, that, whatever. I went to go see the doctor. The doctor said I could have something wrong with it. He ordered an MRI. They did some x-rays. And yesterday I went in to get the MRI read, and there's a tweak in my spine. The doctor said it's not bad. He said it's not terrible. He goes, but to fix it, he goes, physical therapy and a shot. It's I don't think it's a cortisone shot, but it's a mixture of steroid and some medicine. So he told me, he goes, my recommendation is that you get a shot. And I said, a shot, like a needle in my spine? And he goes, yes. And I went, but do I have to? And he goes, well, I mean, it's not life threatening, but I highly encourage you to get it. It's going to make you feel better and it's going to help. And I went, okay. I go, can I think about it? And he goes, well, yeah, you can, but, we want to get, things moving in the right direction. And I went, okay. So I was like, all right. So the way things go is I see the doctor. They send all the notes from the visit to my workers' comp person. Then if they, this time the doctor said, hey, he needs an injection in his spine. So I send that over to my workers' comp guy. Then the workers' comp guy looks at everything and goes, okay, here's, I think he says an authorization code. So he sends something back to the doctor, and I'm assuming it has to do with billing. So they say, this is what he needs, and then they go, okay, we'll pay for it. And then they send it back to them, and then the other doctor goes, okay, here we go. So today I get a call, and they told me, hey, this is, whoever from the doctor, and we want to schedule your injection. And I went, okay. And the lady said, there's 2 ways to get it. So yesterday when the doctor gave me the news, I was really bummed. I was, what time did I go to the doctor? Like at 11:20, I went to the doctor. So far, I was having a good day. Everything was fine. I was going to go, oh, the MRI is not going to show anything. Everything's going to be fine. I'm just going to do some physical therapy. And then when he was like, oh, you need the needle in your back. And I was like, what? And it brought me down. It brought me down because it reminded me of my cancer days, where every time I go see the doctor, I was always hopeful that it wasn't going to be as bad as they told me it was going to be. And then it was. So, I'd go in and I'd see some doctor, and they were like, the doctor before was like, oh, they're probably going to have to poke you and do this and that. But maybe not. And I was like, okay. And that maybe not, I held on to, right? I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not going to be that bad. And then I go in, and usually it was like, oh, it was worse than what we thought. Not only are we going to have to poke you, we're going to have to open you up over here. And then the next time I go see another doctor, it was, oh, you have to go see this other doctor, and they're going to poke you, here and there. And but it might not be that bad. And I thought, oh, okay, cool. Maybe it won't be that bad. And then it was that bad, and then worse. And then when they would tell me, oh, hey, you're only going to have to do chemo for 6 months. And then, I think it was like 3 months in, they go, oh, no, you're going to have to do it for 8 months. Because, it's taking longer. So it's always been this, like when I go to the doctor, it's always, at least in that situation, it's always been, worse and worse and worse and worse. And I know this is nothing compared to cancer. I know that because I went through it. But it just sucks that I have to do it. Well, I shouldn't say I have to. I've been advised that I should do it. And I know I should do it, but then it sucks because I don't want it. Mostly because I'm scared. Like a lot of the shit that I've had done freaks me the fuck out. But then I do it and I go, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I was able to get through it. Even if things were painful, I was like, well, it was only painful for that amount of time. Like, I'm not in pain right now. It just sucks. So I left the doctor and I was just like, and Allie told me, she goes, are you okay? And I'm like, no. She's like, what's wrong? I go, I have to do this fucking thing. She's like, oh, don't worry. You've done worse. And I go, it's not about overcoming worse. Like, I don't want to fucking do it. Like, this is bullshit. So I was in a bad funk yesterday and kind of today, but today I'm a little better. So the nurse calls me and she says, "Hey, we can set it up. There's 2 ways you can do it. The first way is you'll be on your stomach for 20 minutes. You get an injection in your neck." She said it feels like a bee sting. She's like, and then we wait till the numbing agent works, and then the doctor goes in and he gives the injection into your spine. Takes about 20 minutes. I went, okay. She's like, or the other way is you go to the hospital, we put you under, and then we do it that way. She said, that takes 4 hours. So I told her, I said, can I call you back? She said, yeah. So I was talking about it with Ali immediately because we were in the car. We were on our way to Target. And I told her, I said, if I'm having this shit done, I'm being put under. I don't want to fucking feel it. I don't give a shit if it's a bee sting or if it's supposed to feel like a bee sting. And the reason why is, yes, I'm scared. But the biggest reason is when they did my bone marrow biopsy and my bone biopsy, they cut me open. They went through into my hip. They went through my bone, which they told me to start. They said, I'm not going to feel a thing. Okay. And I've told you guys the story. I wasn't supposed to feel a thing, and I felt everything. The only thing I didn't feel was the incision. That's it. I felt them going in. Like, I think they were almost to my bone, to my femur. Was it my femur? No, it was my hip bone. So I started feeling intense pressure and heat. And I kept telling the doctor, this hurts. And he goes, oh, you're not supposed to feel it. And I go, well, I fucking feel it. I felt the needle hitting the bone. My foot, I jolted. My foot was up and I extended it. And the doctor goes, don't move your leg. And I go, I fucking felt it. He's like, what? You're not supposed to. I go, well, I fucking feel it. And then I felt them cracking into, or breaking through my bone. I felt the bone marrow extraction. Then I felt them getting the core sample, and then they didn't get enough the first time, then they had to do it again. So I felt it twice. Now, did I feel the full effect of it? No, because of the anesthetic they gave me. But they didn't give me enough for me not to feel it. I was told by everybody, by every single doctor that I asked leading up to the procedure, and they said, you're not going to feel a thing. It's an outpatient thing. Like, it's not a terrible thing. Like, they're going to, it's going to be fine. And I trusted all of them. And then when it happened, it was one of the worst experiences I've ever experienced. Because of that, I'm like, no, fuck that. Put me out. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to hear it. I want to go night night and then wake up and, oh shit, it happened. And that's it. So I told Ali, I said, that's the only way I'm going to do it. So tomorrow I got to call her back and set that up. And yeah, 20 minutes would be better. Clearly it would be more convenient. Also, the outpatient procedure wouldn't require me to fast at midnight up until the procedure the next day. But I don't give a shit. I'll fast for 3 fucking days if it means I don't need to feel it or be awake. It's bullshit. So yeah, that's where that's what I'm gonna do. And I didn't add this portion into yesterday's show because I didn't, and now because I have to re-record everything, I am. So you guys are lucky that you guys hear me complain about that. Have you guys ever heard of the ring test? Now, I wrote this down, and I don't necessarily remember how the ring test works, but when I was recording the show with Amber, I think just before the 4th of July, her and Allie were talking about the ring test. I was like, what the fuck is a ring test? And if I remember correctly, it's a way of predicting what a woman is going to have, a boy or girl. And I think it's funny because I think in our family, not necessarily our family, but the Cuban side of the family, I think if I remember correctly, it was something about if the woman drops a spoon, the way it lands, was what you were going to have. And then when I heard about the ring test, I was like, oh, so it's just other people coming up with a way of predicting it. And then I thought, I'm sure there's many, 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 many ways, different ways, where people say they can predict it. And then it kind of made me laugh because I thought to myself, like, it's not that, you only have two choices. Either you're going to have a boy or a girl, and you guess, right? If it was, you can have 4 different things, and people were predicting what you were going to have out of the 4, I think that would be pretty impressive. Because it's not a 50-50 shot, right? Now, if you can have like 1 out of 10 things and people were predicting what you can have then, that would be mind-blowing. Let's think about it. Like, it can be any of those 10 things and you're correctly picking that thing. That would be mind-blowing. But to be like, oh, you're going to have a boy or a girl, right? It's like, whatever. Again, 50-50. And somebody can say, I feel like somebody can go, yeah, well, I'm right almost all the time. But then really, they could be lying to you. Or they can say, like in their head, it's not that they're lying to you or that they're purposely lying to you. But it could be that, oh, I predicted my friend's baby. That was the last baby that I predicted. And it could be like, oh, that was 10 years ago. But they may not tell you that. Or they may not tell you there was, out of the 10 babies that I've predicted, the only one I got right was the last one out of the 10. So I'm on a streak, right? So I just thought it was funny. I don't know exactly what the ring test is, but Amber or Allie, if you're watching, if you're listening, reach out to me and refresh my memory about what the game entails, or not the game, but what the ring test entails. Because again, I wrote it down in my show notes, but I don't remember what it has to do with. Do you guys like frozen yogurt? So, in my world of sweet treats, similar to, I would pick custard. And the only time I've ever had custard is when I was here the first time when we lived in Indiana. And I don't even think it was when we lived here. I think it was when I first came to visit. Allie said something about, oh, you want to get custard? I was like, the fuck is custard? I know we have custard back where I grew up, because I've heard it before, but I've never had it. I had it for the first time when I was out here. But if I have to rank custard, ice cream, and frozen yogurt, I would go custard, ice cream, and then nothing. I wouldn't even put frozen yogurt there. And I believe that frozen yogurt was made, that's right, by ISIS to smoke out other members. Or so that the U.S. can go, who belongs to ISIS? And then everybody's like, oh, none of us belong to ISIS. And they go, frozen yogurt. And then people go, oh, I like frozen yogurt. And they go, boom, ISIS member right there. Get them. Let me be clear. I've never tried frozen yogurt. And I don't want to hear, oh, I have the best place for frozen yogurt. I'm not going to try it. Gross. Ill. Yuck. This is what I think. And I could be completely wrong. But in my head, you have yogurt, right? You have just plain yogurt. And then, or I'm sure there's flavored yogurts, frozen yogurts. But let's just take plain, right? You have plain frozen yogurt. Then you can put toppings on it, right? You can put, chocolate chips, M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, blah, 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 whatever you want. And then you eat it. To me, I think it's yogurt. So you have the yogurt from the store, and then they just freeze it. Gross. Why am I going to do that? And then, like, ew. It's just, just the thought of it is gross to me. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say my brother Greg hasn't had frozen yogurt. But if you listen to last week's episode, he has surprised me with his food choices. So he may like frozen yogurt and eats frozen yogurt. And all that's telling me is that he's part of ISIS, which is unfortunate because I thought I knew my brother and I love him forever. Yeah, I don't know what it is about frozen yogurt. I look at it and I'm like, Allie likes it. I'm like, ew. But again, I've never tried it and I'm not going to, at least for the foreseeable future. I'm not going to try it. Gross. Unless somebody wants to give me like $200 and then I will. And then hopefully I won't throw up. So who knows? We'll see what happens. Have you guys ever heard about pickleball? Do you know what pickleball is? Shout out to Lisa. Pickleball. Me and Allie had never heard about pickleball until we moved to Las Vegas. And in our apartment complex, they built a pickleball court in the back. When we were told it was a pickleball court, shout out to Lisa, we were told that the game is called pickleball. We go to Target one time when me and Allie were living in Vegas, and there was a section in Target where the sports stuff was. It said pickleball stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? So we get online and we look it up and, we see what the game is and some of the rules. I don't remember the rules at all. But it's something similar to tennis. Do you remember when we first found out about pickleball? Allie just showed up. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I said shout out to Lisa for that.
Oh, yeah.
Let me be clear once again. I've never played pickleball. I've only watched people play pickleball. And initially I was like, pickleball is bullshit. I was like, that's dumb. But I think it's because I haven't played it. But I feel like if I were to play it, I'd like it. Because years ago, when I played, years ago, I think I was like maybe 21, 22 when I played racquetball. I thought it was stupid. I saw old people playing it and I was like, man, I can run circles around them. Then this one guy in particular at the gym I was a part of or belonged to, he asked me to play. I played and he ran me off the fucking court. This guy was like 70. He couldn't even stand up straight. And he was beating the shit out of me in racquetball. And he was just like, oh, just having fun with it. I was drenched with sweat. I'm like, he's like, ugh, you having a hard time, kid? And I was like, fuck you, old man. But it was great because I played with him at least 3 times a week. And at the time I was playing soccer. And I was visibly better on the field. My stamina was better. I mean, I was running circles around people. And my teammate and coaches were like, "Are you doing something different?" I was like, "I'm playing fucking racquetball." And they just kept telling me, like, "Keep doing that, because, I mean, you're not even tired at the end of 90 minutes." I go, "Yeah, I know." I think pickleball would be fun if myself, Jorge, Carla, and Allie were to play. I think that would be fun. And then as we get better, we can like challenge other families and then be like, "What, bitch? What you want? You want to get this pickleball, son?" That'd be fun. I should tell your parents.
They would be so thrilled.
Yeah. But I think the four of us should go down the street to Jerry Ross Park. Jeff Ross. I call it Jeff Ross Park. Because Jeff Ross is a dope comedian and I do name association? Word association? Yeah, that'd be dope if we were to do that. I told you guys I was watching the Obi-Wan series on Disney Plus. I don't know if I ever shared this with you.
Me?
Yeah. No, the other person. Oh, well, no. I said you, but I could be talking to you guys. Good job, producer. So I watched the Obi-Wan series. Me and Allie watched it on Disney Plus. And I've seen all kinds of Star Wars stuff. And it didn't hit me until this series. And what I thought is, do you think Padawans have a stupid haircut so they can hurry up and become Jedis and get rid of that dumbass haircut?
Yes. Yeah,
Have I? Okay, so I have shared it with you. If you don't know what the Padawan haircut is, it's similar to this. It's cut here, and then a little bit on the top. Then they have a rat tail, and it comes down. And it can be like a little rat tail to like a very long rat tail. And I think the rat tail indicates the amount of time that Padawan has been a Padawan. And if you don't know what a Padawan is, it's a amateur Jedi. They're not a Jedi, and they're not called Jedi, but they're almost there. They're right there. They're here's the Jedi step, and they're right there. They can taste it. But I thought, why would they give him this stupid fucking haircut? Like, that's the worst haircut you can have. Hairstyle you can have. I'm gonna go out. I don't know if you guys know, but I don't have a vagina. I don't have one. But I'm willing to bet a lot of money that when a woman, and I would say 9 times out of 10, if a woman sees a guy with a haircut like that with a rat tail, their vaginas dry up so quick. Like, the quickest. Like, you know when you rub 2 pieces of sandpaper together? Right? I think that's what happens to a woman's vagina. Super dry. So I believe that the Jedi do that to Padawans, so that the Padawans go, "Fuck, man, I gotta like," because you gotta think, there's so many cool things about being a Jedi. You get a lightsaber. It's like always a hot butter through knife. Just right. You can tell people, like, if somebody goes, "You can't," those are the droids we're looking for. And you go, "Those are not the droids you're looking for." And they go, "Those aren't the droids we're looking for." And you're like, "Whoa, I got mind control?" You can move. Let's say you have to move. Let's say Allie's bugging me. "Oh, you got to move the chair from over here to over here." If I was a Jedi, I could go, boom. I don't even have to get up. There's many cool things about getting to the Jedi level. So I think they do it to be like, you're not cool yet. Remember that. Also, if I remember, in episode 2, 1. I think Obi-Wan, his character in the beginning ones, I think he had a rat tail. Which is stupid because I just thought about that right now.
I thought he did until
I don't know. But as a Jedi, I think, okay, in my eyes, I think Obi-Wan did that as a flex. Like, listen here, bitches. I'm here. I made it. I started from the bottom. Now I'm here, but I'm still going to rock it. And then I think he got rid of it because somebody was like, maybe Qui-Gon Jinn or Yoda were like, yo, that's stupid. It's fucking dumb. He was like, yeah, but isn't this dope? And they go, no, it's not. I think it was Yoda. Yoda probably told him, look, he went like this, look.
maybe it was a flashback.
Do you see that? Do you see that? And Obi-Wan was like, I don't see anything. He goes, yeah, because I don't have that fucking haircut. It's dumb. It's stupid. Ew. And then maybe Yoda went, you will get rid of it. And he went, I will get rid of it. And then he got rid of it. Then he doesn't have it. Because in the new series, Obi-Wan, he didn't have it. Thank God. Yeah, that's just a stupid fucking haircut. Swaddles. Do you guys know what a swaddle is? A baby swaddle? It's a baby coffin like this. So I don't know if you guys know, but we have a son now. Huh? No, you have them downstairs. Allie wants one of my Reese's Pieces, or no, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and I told her no, because she could have got some downstairs. I purposely got a handful to bring up. So, eat my ass. So swaddles. Apparently you're supposed to put a baby in a swaddle, right? When they go to bed. It makes them think that they're still in mama's tummy. And it calms them down and they go, oh, this is so comfortable. I'm going to go me says. I started thinking, okay, I don't know when swaddling became a thing. It could have been around since the day babies were born, like back in the day, like the first baby ever born. I don't know. In my head, swaddling became popular like 93. Okay. In my head, that's how it works. I was born in 83. So that's 10 years after I was born. So in my head, I don't think I was ever swaddled. I think it was a Wild West when I was born. Like, I think my mom gave me bacon when I was a kid. Like, no teeth, but just like, just give him bacon. It's fine. I think I was drinking with something weird, like the baby doesn't drink water. That kind of trips me out. But he just needs Allie's titty milk. So, and I was like, yeah, he gets everything that he, needs from me. And I go, yeah, no, I get it. But it just kind of trips me out because, like, when I'm thirsty, I drink water. Look at that. This whole thing is water. And I drink it. And I drink a lot of water. I drink about a gallon a day. But the baby doesn't drink water. That's why sometimes, I don't know if you've noticed, when we do bath time,
You throw water in your mouth.
I put some water on my finger and I'm like, here, drink it, puppy. He goes like this.
No.
Like, oh, okay, he's getting a little water. A little bit of water. I mean, it's soapy water. It's not bad for him, but. So, I don't think I was ever swaddled. I could be wrong. I'll ask my mom when I see her next month. But now that I see my son swaddled, and I've seen, our friends' kids swaddled, but I've never thought about it until my son was born. And I see him swaddled, and I think, I don't think I was ever swaddled. And then he's like this, like there's somewhere, like his hand's here, and then the other one's here. And he's like, and then he gets fussy, and he go, I'm like, dude, take him out. There's the other one where we say he's praising the Lord because his hands are like this and he's like in a bag. Like, that one, or he call it the party swaddle because he's like, For some reason, a couple weeks ago, like I couldn't sleep. Like I got really bad anxiety to the point where I was like, oh my god, he can't breathe. He can't move. He's freaking out. Granted, he was dead asleep. Okay, he wasn't fussing. He wasn't grunting. None of that. Dead asleep. I wake up, and I was like, I don't know, 3, 4 in the morning. I wake up and I was like, no. And I was like in and out of sleep, but I was like, fuck this. So I get up, I grab him from his bassinet, I go to the couch, I take him out of the swaddle, and then I put him on my chest and we lay down and we fall asleep. And the next morning, we fell asleep for like 4 or 5 hours. Next morning, I hear Allie and she's like,
Sorry, I didn't mean
you get me in the shot? Go ahead.
I'm just gonna sit down.
Yeah, go ahead. Be in the shot. It's fine. Don't fucking get another
I
one.
was gonna try your Victoria. Oh my god.
So yeah, we're sleeping. Then Allie wakes up. You hear, oh, where? I was like, what? So she wakes me up. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? She's like, where? Everything okay? I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. What happened? It's like, oh, you weren't in bed. He wasn't his bassinet. I was like, he's fine. So he wakes up. I change him. She feeds him. And then like hours later, I go, you know why I picked him up? She goes, no, why? Was he fussy? Did I not hear him? And I go, no. Then I told her, and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? I feel like he was being restricted. So, yeah, I'm supposed to leave him alone, right? But it's hard for me. But I am getting better. I haven't done that again. The other thing I'm not a fan of is when Allie puts him in hand jail. So his sleepers, right? They're called sleepers.
Yeah, the zippers.
The sleepers, his hands are out, and then like you put the sleeve over his hands, so now they're covered. So I call that hand jail. Or if you put the baby's hands in mittens, they call them mittens, but they're like cuffs. Okay, I call those hand jail too. I know the purpose of them. The purpose is so that the baby doesn't scratch himself. But, and this could be because Allie files his nails a lot and stays on top of it. But I haven't seen him scratching at his face ever. I don't know if you have.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it. So to me, I'm like, what's the point? He doesn't need to be in hand jail because he doesn't do that.
Yes.
So every time I see him, he puts the mittens on. I go, hey, what the fuck did he do? Why are you putting him in hand jail? Or I'll make a lot of comments. To the point where it annoys the shit out of Allie. She's like, fine, take him out of hand jail. And I'm like, good. I'm like, Poppy, you're free. And I'll throw him off. And there's times where she gives him to me in hand jail. And then I give him back. She's like, why'd you take him off? Because he didn't need it. Because he was fine. He was good. So, yeah, I'm trying to be better with that too. Not successful. We went to the Lake County Fair. We went twice. Shout out to Amber and Jace. We went with Amber and Jace the first time, which was the week that it opened, or the not too far after the fair started. Went with, once again, shout out to Amber and Jace. Went with them and had a great time. We met up with, we saw Kristen and her kids, and then Alex and her kids. So that was cool. That was fun. And then we just went Saturday with shout out to Kristen. I'm gonna share a picture of Kristen because she made. Would you call it a beanie?
Yeah.
She made a beanie. Well, because I think I heard her say a hat. It's like,
Yeah.
did you make a hat or a beanie? It's a beanie. She made a beanie, really cool. She won first place, so I told her, I said, "Can I take a picture with you and the beanie?" And at first she thought I was bullshitting her. I said, "I'm not bullshit. Like, I'm serious. I want to take a picture with you." So I'll share that with you guys. I had an elephant ear for the first time. No, not an actual elephant ear. It's a dessert. It's like a funnel cake, but not as funnely. It's flat. It's like a what would you describe it as? Okay.
A piece of dough.
It's a piece of
flattened
dough.
out with a bunch of cinnamon sugar and powdered
Yes.
sugar on it.
Flattened out piece of dough, fried with powdered sugar, and you can put a topping on it. Strawberries or cherries. I put cherries. So I get this elephant ear, and I'm eating it, and I'm tearing off the pieces. Also, I asked my barber, Cyrus, shout out to Cyrus. He's the one that cuts me up, makes me look good. Shout out to Cyrus. I asked him, how does he eat it? And he goes, well, I mean, you tear a little bit, like the sides, till like you get to the middle, like you just tear it off. You eat it. I go, yeah, right? He goes, why?
That's how I eat it.
Shh.
Sometimes.
When I started eating it, I was eating it with the fork and I'm biting the side. And it's annoying when foods are like annoyingly big. Like you have the plate and then it was like spilling over. That pisses me off about fucking food. Like when you have a burger that's like this big and it's like falling everywhere and they go, enjoy it. How the fuck am I supposed to enjoy that shit? Make the burger so that I can go like this. Right? Also, I'm not trying to get all fucking messy when I'm eating. Like, when I was a kid, that was fun. But now as an adult, like, why? What am I doing so much work for? Same thing with drinks. When they make a drink, like those fucking Bloody Marys, and it's like 10 feet of bullshit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just give me the fucking drink. It's stupid. Anyways. Excuse me. Yeah. That you can really hear it on that one. So I'm eating the elephant ear, and then we get outside of the fair, and Kristen goes, why don't you eat it like a taco? And I went, huh? It's like, eat it like a taco. That's how you're supposed to eat it. And I went, what? Genius over here. She goes, yeah, duh. And I went, what do you mean, yeah, duh? What are you talking about, yeah, duh? She's like, yeah, that's how you're supposed to eat it. And I go, this is a new food for me? I didn't know that. And nobody told me. You just went, here you go, figure it out. Then later I told her, I said, that was a dick move. I said, you could have said, okay, listen, this is how I eat it. I eat it like a taco. It makes it more convenient. The powdered sugar doesn't get all over you. Mind you, by this time, before I start eating it like a taco, which is a lot more practical, I have powdered sugar all over me. I'm like, what the fuck? And then when I started eating it like a taco, I was like, oh yeah, no, this is a lot better. But yeah, that was delicious. Nothing that I would say that, oh, I'm gonna have one every week. Like, But if I have to pick between an elephant ear and a funnel cake, I'll pick a funnel cake every single time.
Why?
I think funnel cakes are just better.
Why?
I think they are.
What are they made with? Better.
It's probably, I think the elephant ear and funnel cakes are made of the same thing.
I think they're the same.
Mm-hmm. I just like the presentation of the funnel cake better because it's not obnoxiously big. Like it fits in the plate. That, and I can use a fork and knife and I can eat it. And yeah, some powdered sugar gets on me, but not a shit ton of it. So I think funnel cakes are what I would like. Every time I saw the signs that said Lake County Fair, I kept reading LA County Fair. Then it brought me back to the times of the LA County Fair when we would go. Greg reminded me one time Greg reminded me of the time at the LA County Fair when I bought sandals. They had no straps. It was a sticky bottom, so you put your foot on it, and then it just like it stuck to your foot. Then you walk around, and then it looked like you were just walking around barefoot. It was, when I look back on it, it was fucking stupid. But at the time, I was like, this is the future of sandals. It was not. I was promised that sandal would stick to my foot forever. Maybe I was able to use them 2.5 times. And then they just went to shit. But I remember that. I remember when I got the job with Anheuser-Busch. I worked the fair. What was it? 2 or 3 years? Each time was a fucking blast. It was a lot of drinking on the job, which was fun. Meeting other people. That's where I met my buddy Tone Bell. That was close to 20 years ago. Good times. We watched the pig races. We saw the animals. It was fun. There was a couple times where I had to take care of the Budweiser Clydesdales. That was interesting. All around a good time. And then when we were at the fair on Saturday, we went with your friends. Were the other friends?
What, on Saturday?
Yes.
My
I just said that.
Mike,
Uh-huh.
her husband.
Names?
Oh, Rachel and Mike.
Rachel and Mike. And then their baby, what was their baby's name? Gigi. Adorable. So we went with Kristen and her daughters. And then Kristen and Mike and their baby. Rachel and Mike, I'm sorry. What did I say?
Kristen.
Oh, sorry. No. I felt like a dick because when I went to say hi to Mike, he goes, hey, as he's saying it, he's like, hey, good to see you again. And I was going to say, hi, I'm Jesse. Allie goes, you met him. And I was like, okay. But in my defense, apparently I met them once when I went to the wedding. How long ago was that?
2000
Cool. Don't tell me. I said how long ago was that? It was more than 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I met them for the first time then. We came to Chicago, downtown Chicago, for the wedding. And it was one of the best weddings I've ever been to. We ended up staying out till like 6, almost 7 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Allie had a flight that morning to go back to LA. We canceled it. I got us another night at our Airbnb. So I was like, this is bullshit. I'm not going to the airport right now. I'm still fucking drunk. And then the next day we slept for, I don't know, like 12 hours. And then we left the following day and it was fine. But I felt like it did because he was like, hey. And I was like, oh. And Allie goes, you went to the wedding, remember? And I went, oh, yeah. But again, in my defense, this was the second time that I was seeing them.
Yeah.
But now, now I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. My bad. But it was, we had a lot of fun. And then Kristen and her kids, I wanted them to play. There's a bowling, the bowling game where you roll the bowling ball and then it goes, woo, and then you have to like keep it here. Kristen and the girls, they did really good. Did I win? Did I win one?
No.
I didn't. Oh, a
But
couple times I
remember the
almost got it.
reason Why you wanted them to play it? Because I told you Kristen was a pro.
Oh yeah, because apparently, so Kristen is a pro bowler. She like people like last time we were walking down the street and people were like, Kristen. She was like, hey, what's going on? I was like, how do they know you? She was like, I bowl. I'm like, what? So Allie so far has a pro golfer, Amber, and a pro bowler, Kristen. Holy shit. I told her, I was like, what else do your friends do? Like, what the fuck? Some of my friends are just actors and comedians, pro athletes. And she over here has a pro golfer and a pro bowler. I'm like, the fuck? That was pretty cool. And it was cool to see Kristen play the game because she was just like, watch. She was like, see? And I was like, damn. That was pretty cool. That was fun. And we got to see all the animals. We got to see what? Pigs, horses, chickens, turkey, sheep, cows, all kinds of shit. It was dope. I definitely did some white people shit. Oh, we saw horse barrel racing, right? Is that what it's called? Down by the creek? No, not down by the creek. That was pretty cool to see. I was like, oh shit. What we saw was kids and teenagers.
Yeah.
But that was fun. It was a lot of fun. I saw that the fair was coming into town, and I was like, can we go to the fair? I want to go to the fair. And I'm happy we did. So that was a lot of fun. Hopefully there won't be any issues with this episode like I had yesterday. Here's to hoping. Guys, once again, thank you very much for watching, listening, liking, subscribing. Remember to keep telling everybody you know to listen or watch The Jesus Show, not that one. Like I said before, tell everybody you know, tell your mom, your dad, your cousin, friends, everybody. Take random people's phone. If they're like, oh, you want to see a picture? Grab their phone, go into their daily, subscribe for me. Oh, I saw that picture. It was nice. Do that. Let's keep spreading the word. Do you want to say anything before we go? All right. We'll see you next week.